What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Rooted Nature. And in this video, I'm going to be telling y'all 3 things I wish I knew before starting my garden. So one of the first things is you're looking at right now. It's this fabric, this weed fabric. Now, when I first started gardening, I just put some plants in the ground and just went with it. So y'all, just a few weeks ago, sorry for my dogs in the background. It's early in the morning and they are running around playing. I don't know why. But it's like 6:30 in the morning. But anyway, this right here got tilled up about 3 weeks ago. And look at it. Weeds everywhere. I'm not even gonna weed this. I'm just gonna let's go because if you watch one of my videos I talked about it, and I don't know which one. It wasn't a video topic. It was just I talked about it in one of the videos. But this right here is done with for this whole season. Anyway, so you could have this right here, or you can have this, where the plants, like, it's obviously gonna grow in some places, and it's gonna grow in the holes. But the holes is easier to weed than all that right over there. So weed fabric is number one thing I wish I would have knew before starting my garden. Now, the second thing I wish I would have knew before starting my garden is probably letting myself know that there's going to be failure in the garden. So right here, if y'all haven't watched none of my videos or if y'all new to the channel, sorry, I know it's kind of late to be welcoming y'all, but welcome. But anyway, if y'all are new, I had squash plants all right here where these cucumbers are just now coming up, and they got stunted, and I didn't get not one squash off of them. Okay, so that was a huge fail in my garden. I usually can grow squash perfect, not perfect because that's perfect, but very good. Okay, and that was a fail, and I didn't feel the type of way about it. I didn't want to quit gardening of it because of it. But I can tell you right now, a lot of gardeners, they'll try to grow something, and then they'll think, oh, well, I just can't grow. Or I just can't grow this, or I don't have a green thumb, I have a black thumb, or whatever. You know, just because that plant died. So, the second thing I wish I would have knew before starting a garden is there's going to be failure in your garden. And you have to be okay with it. Now, the third thing I wish I knew before starting a garden or having my first garden is fertilizing. Fertilizing is what makes my garden look how it looks right now, which is what's making these sunflowers look as good as they look. I mean, it's everything. Like those tomatoes, everything up here. This tomato plant is taller than me. Like, it's leaning in the cage. Because I fertilize and put granulated fertilizer in the soil. Put liquid fertilizer every week. I fertilize every single week. Now, if you have really rich soil, I would only fertilize about twice a week. Once every 2 weeks. But, I mean, it's up to you. You have to know what's best for your garden. My cat's out here now. But yeah, you have to know what's best for your garden. So fertilizing is the third thing. Alright, y'all. So I feel like giving y'all a bonus one. If you made it this far, here's your bonus. Now, the fourth thing I would say that I wish I would have knew before I started gardening was that gardening really takes patience. It really takes a lot of patience. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Like, people will see tomatoes forming on a thing and they'll get excited. But you'll start getting discouraged because they're not turning red. Like, let me tell you, there's so many green tomatoes in here. You see this, right? They've been on here for about probably 2 weeks now. Well, not 2 weeks. Some of them been on here way longer. Probably a month. Let's just say a month. It takes a while for them to turn, especially if it's not the right, like, perfect stuff. It takes a while for them to turn red. I mean, like, those were the first tomatoes down here. These were my first tomatoes on this plant. Now, this plant has been in the ground for 3 months. So if that tells you anything, there you go. That's 4 tips. I know you came here for 3, but that's 4 things I wish I would have knew before starting my first garden. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and you hear me right now and not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because you made it to the end. So you obviously must be liking something. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye, y'all.